welcome back to Happening by Chance. My name is Mariana and today I am here with just a quick fun reading that I want to share with you that you can do yourself. I was going to film a longer video, but it seems like it's going to rain. It got really dark suddenly, and so I'm going to do this quick video and then I'll see if I have time to film like other quick videos and see how it goes. So today I'm here, as I said, just with this 3 card reading that you can do yourself, because it's kind of like a week ahead type reading, but of course you can modify it to be whatever you want. And I am going to be using my curated abbreviated, what's the word, abridged, if you will, version of the Ferdinando Crippa Tarot by Los Cabello. Because this is totally improvised, I don't have the box of the Ferdinando Crippa with me. I'm going to put it on screen, the picture, and I should have brought it just to give you the context. So a while ago I curated, abbreviated, shortened, whatever, my Ferdinando Crippa Tarot, because the minors, they look like this. Hopefully I can find a picture and put it on screen. They just have a big number and the symbol for the suit. And when I first saw the design, I thought I loved the concept, because at that point in my life I was starting with the classic tarot love affair and also reading style. And at that point I was kind of like, you know, experimenting with things, taking different teachings, different methods, and numerology, so to speak, was kind of like something that I was using, you know, this whole thing of like 5 is disruption, 3 is growth, that kind of a thing, right? And then when I started learning the other method that I follow, while it's not that it doesn't use numerology and it definitely doesn't pay attention to the specific number, it does pay attention to patterns and to increases and decreases and those types of things. So I thought that I would be able to do that with the number instead of the actual symbol. But then as I started learning more, I realized that that doesn't really work for me, because the method that I follow in terms of classic tarot is observational, and it makes interpretations based on symbol and allegory based on observation, and rather than kind of like a mental thing, right? So like I read what's going on in the cards instead of reading the name of the card and then mentally doing an interpretation. I mean, of course, all the interpretations are done mentally, but you know what I mean? Like people that say that you can have just a card that says the Fool and you can read that. I don't believe that, right? Anyway, so all that to say that I removed all the pip cards from the deck and I just made it a majors, chords, and aces only deck, and I have fun with it and I think it works really well. These are the backs of the deck, and I keep it in this bag. It fits exactly, it's really great. Fun fact, just the cardstock in the Ferdinando Crippa is my favorite cardstock out of all the cardstocks that I have in decks, and it's my favorite sound, this one. So you can see here some of the cards. They look like this. It's a really fun, really funny deck. I think I have it no matter. This was meant to be just like a fun reading video. Okay, so back to the reading. So a few days ago, since a few days ago, I've been contemplating buying a majors only deck that I really like. But I don't really use majors only decks. And so, of course, what is the logical thing to do if you don't actually use a type of deck? You go and look at videos of people using that type of deck so that you can fall in love with their methods and justify your purchase. That is, of course, the only logical thing to do. And through doing that, I got really inspired about majors, the potential for majors only readings. Now, they are controversial for many reasons. One, because, people, maybe you can say that you are missing part of the deck and so you don't get the full answer. And then there's also this thing of the triumphs or majors being the big things, right? The big energies, the big overarching forces, energies, I don't know how to say it in English. And the minors being more like the practical, the everyday type of a thing. And so if you only have the majors, then you don't have that practical element. But I have, and also because I feel like majors only readings are justified either in the sense of pips are really hard, so like just use the majors, or in the sense of these kind of like either occultist or like metaphysical or like trans foundation energy evolutionary higher self type of language, right? Like, oh yes, like the majors are like the secrets of the universe, and very like I don't know, like the kind of magic that people that are uncomfortable with magic like to talk about. Anyway, back to the reading. See, I don't know how to make a short video. Oh my god. Okay, back to the reading. All that to say that I was inspired by all the videos that I saw. And one of the main ways that people use majors only decks is with fixed position spreads. That is not the only way. That is not the only way they use it, okay? I just want to clarify that because, as you know, I don't like spreads with fixed positions. I don't usually do them. But this is what this is. So if you like them, stick around. And also if you don't like them, stick around, because it can be not a fixed position spread. You will see. So anyway, I thought in the context of how people explain them, they made sense. And also, I'm in this journey, a personal journey, of opening myself up, of not being so square. You know how tarot helps you a lot in life, right? Like, I feel like we can all agree on that. And through different years, it has helped me in different ways, because, you evolve and you change, and the circumstances of your life. Anyway, one day I'll tell you the story of the different ways that tarot has helped my life. This year, in specific, I have been working on not being so square in my ways. Not just like completely dismissing something just because initially I feel like it doesn't fit in my square container. You know what I mean? And so, as part of that journey, I actually bought a book of spreads that is really cool, but I'm not ready for it because 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 it's hard for me not to be judgy. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, so this video is just like all over the place. So in that journey, yeah, I got that book. I haven't really used it. I do have a video planned to use it. Oh, I could film it after this. No, okay, never mind. So combining everything I just told you about shortening this deck, about me in this quest of like majors only and opening myself up and like spreads and everything, I thought I want to use some of the majors only decks that I have, because I really truly am debating myself whether I should buy that deck or not. Like it's a genuine internal debate that's going on. So I thought, okay, what majors only decks do I have? I think I only have 2 that came as majors only, and then I have 2 that I made majors only from removing the minors. Because of reasons. One of them being this one, except this one is not majors only because I also kept the chords and the aces. I guess because in my mind, it's a bit more. It gives you a bit more. It gives you a bit more if you have also the chords and the aces. So I was thinking how I could use it, and of course I could just like randomly mix the deck and get 3 cards. I usually do 5 card readings when answering questions, but I wanted 3 cards because I thought that instead of doing that, instead of like, okay, shuffling the deck, getting my cards and doing a reading like I usually do, I thought I could fashion a spread for myself, because I also kind of want to practice divinatory readings, because I feel like I love divination, and but I don't do predictive a lot, and I do want to practice that. So I thought, okay, I'm going to start doing like predictive readings for the week. So this started out as that, and then it evolved into something else. So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do with my deck is pull out 1 major card, 1 triumph card, 1 court card, and 1 ace. Kind of like the deck of character that I have here. This is not a tarot, but it has 3 types of cards. It has characters, tools, and places. And so the main way to read with this is that you pull 1 character, 1 tool, 1 place, and that answers your question. And so I thought, okay, I'm going to pull 1 triumph, 1 court card, 1 ace, and that will be the reading. And of course, you can read it just like that in an open reading style, or like a free form style without positions, which is how I usually read. But I wanted to try out a spread. And so I thought, okay, for a week ahead spread, for the major, I'm going to ask what is like the primordial overarching energy of the week, but like in a big sense, right? It's not like an internal energy, it's more like an energy that's playing out in that will play out in life. And so I shuffled the deck, got justice. And then I shuffled again, and I thought, okay, now give me a court card that represents who I should be to inhabit the energy that's going to be surrounding the week. And so I got the Queen of Cups. And then I shuffled the deck again, and it was like, okay, so as this person that I'm going to be, what ace, what tool, what, I guess, more like earthly energy, earthly tool, what weapon, what etc. should I wield to help me inhabit this energy. And I got the Ace of Wands. Now, when I say I got them, of course the major is easier because of course most of the deck are majors, and so when I was shuffling, this one flew out. I don't usually take cards that fly out unless they feel a very specific way, and because in this case I was looking for a triumph card, and it was very, like, I didn't just drop it, it was more like purposeful, so I took it. And then for the court card, what I did was what I do when I am looking for a significator that the deck assigns. So I shuffled, and then I stopped, and then I caught, etc. And I just pulled cards until I got a court card, and that's the one that I take. And the same with the ace. When I was actually looking for the ace, I kept thinking that didn't make a lot of sense because I have the Queen of Cups here, so her tool is clearly a cup. So, like, does the reading actually make sense? But it was actually pretty great because I when I got the Ace of Wands, I thought, oh, okay, yes, this is interesting because it's like she has the cup, and that's like her main energy, but like she also is capable of wielding the wand, I don't know, it gave me food for thought. And in terms of the context of the reading, which was a personal reading for myself, it does mean something that I'm not going to get into because this video was supposed to be short, but it does mean something to me that that it's the Queen of Cups, but that the Ace of up her sleeve, so to speak, is the Ace of Wands. And with the Justice, and the Justice is an interesting one because I'm doing this like week ahead, which I don't usually do. I usually don't let myself time to see how the cards unfold. I often, I don't know, I'm doing a week ahead, so to speak, right? Whatever. And I get a card and I feel, and I think, no, I don't like that one. That one doesn't feel like appropriate for this moment. It's not really accurate, so I pull another one until it feels accurate, right? I don't give the cards the opportunity to show themselves to me as the week progresses, which is not how I am when I read for others, but when I do it for myself, I am very much like that, and it is interesting. So I decided I am going to give myself the time to see how the Justice shows up during the week, and in that sense start to practice those more like forecast type readings. But of course you can personalize this reading and just say like week ahead, energy for the week, who should I embody, and the ace of my sleeve. And in terms of like for Instagram, I like to write. Sometimes I do write like the more personal stuff, but sometimes I like the creative exercise of like taking the meaning of the reading and then writing an interpretation for Instagram. And I'm going to read you. Oh, I can't read you what I wrote because I'm filming on my phone. So I will put it up on screen, I think, and link the post down below if anyone is interested. And for that one, I kind of like took the reading that I did for myself and then I kind of ran with it, and it ended up being more of like an open style. So that's why I say that this could work as a fixed position spread or as like an open style, a free form style. But it is fun to do the Triumph Court Ace. So you can either curate one of your decks to be like this, or you can take a deck that you like and get the majors, get the chords, get the aces, and do this reading. And it was fun. So that is it in terms of the reading. So thank you so much for watching. I will see you soon with another video, and in the meantime I wish you happy reading, whether that be card reading, book reading, weather patterns, charms, pendulum, dice, whatever form of reading you prefer.